I'm believing it's November the 15th today.
Yes.
And here we are at theoretical mathematics. You know, once math got to be symbols only, I kind of got lost. My math functioning ability went down. What were we talking about? Figured base. All right. That really doesn't look that hard to do. What would you call the third beat? Would you call that what? Huh? The third beat of the first measure, what would you call that chord? I know what I would call that chord. And does it? Why don't I'll ask the questions and then I'll answer them just to kind of move things along. How about that? I would call that 5 with the 6/4 over it, and the way that things pan out, it would be a passing 6/4 chord, wouldn't it? Do we all recognize that? Now, what does the B flat do? The B flat forms a 3/4-2 chord or something else? That's a really weird augmented 3/4-2 chord, isn't it? I think the B flat does not function as a chord tone, but as an anticipation.
Yes, that's it. That's what I'm
Making you wait. A. What would you call the second eighth note of beat 1?
Oh, the second measure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's one of those things.
I just told you not to serve me the other day, didn't I? And I just yes ma'am'd her. How ironic. I don't think that's actually.
Okay, David.
A lot of times people, particularly if they've been raised in the South, will yes sir me. And that's okay. You don't have to yes sir me.
They do it.
Yeah, of course they do. Everyone does it.
Well, I did it growing up, and if my parents were alive, I'm sure I would say yes sir and yes ma'am them. But it kind of makes me feel old. What is the C?
Okay. I used to know this.
Jam to jam.
Paginatura.
Ixnay on a paginature, or in English. No, that's not an appoggiatura. Huh?
Escape.
Yes. Échappé. Échappé. Escape town. Escape from New York town. The next chord again is 5/6/4 passing, right? You digging that?
Mm-hmm.
2 a 1 6 chord. What's the second eighth note of that third beat? What's the second eighth note of that third beat?
Passing?
Huh?
Passing?
Does it
No, wait,
pass
never mind.
between the
I thought-
notes?
No, it doesn't.
No?
Look like it did. The posture.
Come on now.
I used
This
to
is
know
a trick question for like the kindergartners.
I've forgotten it all.
What is B flat in that chord tone? It's a chord tone, it's not a nothing. Did we all know that? Were we embarrassed by the question? Was that it? Okay. Me too. Okay, so the next chord pedal. I could use the pedal. That might smooth things up a little bit. Okay, what is the downbeat of measure 3? What is the downbeat of measure 3? What is the afterbeat of the downbeat of measure 3? Okay, we're at the bottom of the page still. We're on the third measure, the first beat.
Yes.
Would you say 4/6 there for me?
Yes.
Okay. What's that chord? Does it sound like a 6/4 chord, as in 1/6/4 passing?
Yes.
Okay. What's this chord? Does it sound like a half diminished seventh chord in first inversion? Or not? 2/6/5. What does the B flat make? I think I would double label that parenthetically as a 4/7 chord, but encircling it as an neighbor tone. Did you understand that? Okay. Now, what is the G on the fourth beat? Down the fourth, damn it, third beat. What is the G in the alto on the third beat? What do we call that?
4/3 suspension.
Yes, exactly. 4/3 suspension, which moves to 5/7 to 1. I would expect you to get that darn near perfect, the analysis of that. Okay, I don't find that very challenging. We had no secondary dominance. We had no fully diminished seventh chords. We had no Neapolitans or augmented sixth chords. It did not modulate. Would you consider that pretty easy to do?
Yes.
Great. Flip the page, you flippers. Okay, now, write the N6 for C, G sharp, and D sharp. Write the Gur6 for A, F, and B flat. Write the first 6 for E flat, A, and G. Use accidentals, not key signatures. Place the interval of the augmented 6 in the outer voices for this exercise. Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, next one. Realize the following figured bass examples in 4-part keyboard style. Let me reiterate the part that says 4-part keyboard style. 4-part keyboard style. It's November. We started in August. What's that? September, October.
A long time.
3 months of keyboard style. Quit with this keyboard style mistakes. Okay, what is the commonest mistake, children of the corn? I'll tell you. It's seconds between the tenor and the alto. Okay, pretend I had that. That's how you do that. It's not, amazingly, I can't even make my hand do it the other way. I'm sorry. What do you have to remember? Apparently not much. But let me tell you what I want you to remember. Lower left to upper right. The same can be said for accidentals and key signatures and all sorts of miscellaneous stuff. Okay, the other thing is, and this is more complicated, agreed, is that we do stuff like this. No, we don't. You cannot, what do you call those things? Stem together different values of notes. So quit doing it. What do? Like I said back in August, just ooch it over a snitch. Okay? Now, what do when you have seconds between blah, 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 blah? You line up the stems, not the note heads. Now, that's not lower left, upper right, is it? But they're not on the same stem, are they? No, they are not. Occasionally, I will see people do this, and that's okay. All right? To re-stem it like that. What is the point? Legibility and always having 4 unique notes. Other thing, if I have to do this, I still have to show that I have 2 notes there that are playing the same note. That's kind of weird looking.
It's a bikini.
Rolling Stones. Never mind. You know,
Got it, Mama?
ancient Greek music. You guys, it's sad to believe that music from the '60s is a long time ago, isn't it? It really is. Back from my childhood. I Wanna Hold Your Hand came out when I was 5. Totally shook the foundations of my family. Brother, not a Beatles fan. Sister, big Beatles fan. Parents, freaks about everything, always.
What are we doing?
You can be assured, I'm a parent of 3, right? You can be assured that as a parent, you're going to screw your children up. It's your job to minimize that. Okay, were we all happy about that? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. This is the.
Okay.
Oh, keyboard style. Things are falling apart up here, obviously. Okay, now we got a whole bunch of part writing to do. First one.
Let's do it.
Looks hard. Next one. Looks hard. All very chromatic. Okay. I think in the end here, we have 8 staves of stuff. Do you see that? Two of the staves are gonna be part writing. Dig. The other 2 staves can be, well, we've got the analysis and we've got 3 separate staves of various Neapolitan augmented 6 stuff. All right, so take a minute here and decide firstest which 2. You know, I wasn't going to do this. I was just going to give this to you and say I'm going to choose stuff from this.
Thank you for not doing that.
But, you know, the pay's the same regardless, so just,
You should just tell us.
you may choose.
Guys, let's do the other page, the other side. Someone pick these.
I believe in honesty, unless the truth is too painful,
Someone pick the ones that I won't get wrong.
then I lie.
Okay.
first one, first part right
Let's just do the
Apparently
first,
Dalton is gonna decide.
the first three on the other page, and then the first one,
Dalton has an opinion.
and this. What do you think? This and this. This and this.
That's three.
And this.
That's three different things. You only get to have two lines. Let's start over. We're beginning again. Two lines. There's going to be 4 total lines on the test. Okay? All right. We'll have the. This signifies, or is this backwards to you? Is the 4 the right direction for you?
Yes, yeah.
Ow, little hammy there.
Okay.
2 of them have to be part writing.
Oh,
Now, we have 4 possible part writing exercises
right.
to choose from. Then we have 3 Neapolitan augmented 6-chord exercises and one analysis.
Okay, so
So we're gonna choose 2 of the part writings and 2 from the other not part writing.
the two not part writings that are together, do those.
Okay? Who's gonna offer up something for ridicule first? Victoria, good job. No.
Okay.
Here's our first choice.
What about if we do the 2 augmented 6 thingies that are together on the same page?
Okay, that was what we looked at first, yes?
Is that
Okay, here
Is that
we
okay
go. One side has 4 Roman numerals, one side has 2 Roman numerals, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Victoria is suggesting Roman numeral 1 and 2 from the side of 4 Roman numerals.
Is that okay?
Well, that's just a proposal at this point, okay?
All in favor say aye.
The south side has proposed the first 2.
They seem less complicated than the
What
other
do you
ones.
say, west side?
With the non-harmonic tones.
I think we should do
We're not allowed to do that.
the last
No, we're just
3
choosing these first.
on the 4, and then the first part writing for number 2 on the 2.
Ooh.
Wait, yeah. Yeah, but we're not having.
Well, that would sort of,
I'd rather do that.
Because we'd have those, the part right, so number 3,
These two.
and then the first one of number 2 for the part writing, and then 2 and 4.
oh, time out.
Wait,
Time out.
I just said the
Okay,
same thing, I'm just saying all 4 of them.
all right. Tell me the non-part writing ones
2 and 4.
on the first page.
Yeah.
2 and 4 has been suggested. There is one overlap with Victoria, that would be 2. Okay, let's just start with
I like
that
4.
part.
4 is good.
4 is good. Okay, anybody else willing to weigh in on this?
4 is
People are gonna be making decisions for you all your life. Now you get to decide something. Next person,
I think that this should be.
3 on the first page.
the 2 on the first page. Okay, we're gonna narrow it down to this. This is on the page with 4, we're voting 1 and 2, or 2 and 4.
2 and 4. I vote for 2 and 4.
Are there any child molesters running? No, I don't think so, just Roman numerals.
What?
What? Wow.
I don't get it.
What?
I don't get it.
I don't get
You're
it.
gonna have to explain that joke, unless you're talking about reading.
Roy Moore.
Oh, God.
Okay, here we go. Is this enough? Do we get to
Yes.
add?
That's okay. What about?
Oh, you
Hey, guys.
already voted.
Can I just suggest to them?
Oh, okay.
Just do.
Guys,
Okay.
would you do the part writing on
The east
this
side
one?
is voting. Oh, wait, that's the same. That's not a vote. That is a vote. Wait, I need suggestions. Are we voting on anything else?
No.
Okay, do we wanna do a dance-off, applause-o-meter, or a show of hands?
Show of hands. Yeah, it's all straightforward.
I like bar fight though. Bar fight.
Bar fight. Grab a bottle. Got it.
I'll go get the beer.
I don't drink anymore.
Yeah, but we do.
It's been so long, I don't remember when I quit smoking or drinking. Isn't that an amazing thing? But, you know, last week was a long time ago. You ever seen that movie, Airplane? It's
Yeah.
A bad week to quit sniffing glue. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it.
It's awesome.
Roger.
It's been so many years.
I gotta stop. Great movie. Anna, you seen that movie? You got Netflix?
Is it on there still?
Netflix.
It's been on there for years.
Yeah, it's like a 20th century movie.
Oh,
Okay, here we go. We're voting for 1 and 2, and I'm going to say 3, and everybody close your eyes and raise your hand if you're voting for that. 1
Wait.
and 2.
On which page?
On the same page.
Oh, on this. Okay. Okay, you're talking about the first page. All right, we're good. I'm
We're
ready.
voting Greg off.
Yeah. But I'm gonna
Down
listen
into
to
the
the
sharks.
but I come back in season 9.
Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 by raising up your hands. Okay,
I don't
we've
know.
got 1 for that.
I don't really care.
2 and 4 are easier ones.
I'm one person. I'm not really making it.
Okay, who's voting for 2 and 4? There seems to be more. Okay, 2 and 4 it is, but I've got to tell you this.
Well, 1 and 2 aren't hard.
Are you ready? You really, really have to do the analysis correctly.
So you're saying it's hard?
Not hard for me.
Oh.
You have to put the Roman numerals and the figured base and the non-harmonic terms.
You should
Okay?
go over it just to make sure.
First day of the
Did you show motion in your Arabic numerals?
Oh.
Did you show the motion in your figured base?
What is that? Show the motion.
Can you demonstrate what you're explaining?
Yeah, that's not.
Are you kidding? What do you want from me?
No.
I'm passionate about my laziness. Okay. I hate this marker. Travis, coming your way.
Very specific.
Trevor, too.
Yeah.
I can't play my games.
Okay, pretend that there was a what? Somebody. Okay, this I would do like that. Okay, we understand that, right? I don't think you need to show the figures there so much. Here, this is the third beat. this I would have like this. I would do that. But I would also
Anticipation.
do that to describe that motion.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if it's in the base, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. When would it be important to show in the base is if a 5 chord changed to a 5-4-2 chord. You'd want to show the 4-2 in the base. Okay. I don't think we have an example of that, but okay, still in this key. This is extra knowledge, so don't listen.
Alright.
It's not on the test. Okay, so this is 5, right? And now this, I believe, importantly, would say that, because that describes something. You know what I mean? It means something. So on the next measure after this, where you have these two notes, with this being escape tone, I might write 3-4. Now you noticed over here I didn't put any lines between anything, right? I did not. But here I did, and here I did, because it directly did something. Okie dokie? All right. Now, when you get to this C, this 4, this 2-6-5 chord here, that's what I would expect. This is the second beat of the third measure. Okay? Now, I do believe that this is a neighbor tone.
Yes.
And I would circle it and put it that way, but I would also do this and do that, because it does form a triad or a 7th chord. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which is more important, I believe, is this. And that's why I did this, and I did that. Okay? Parenthetically, or inside the parentheses.
Which one's 5? Is it 7?
Okay, when you denote a suspension or indicate a denote that's the suspension, that is it. Okay, it's not all of this. It's just, it is the tone that is non-harmonic. Does that make sense? And then you would need to indicate as such and add this. Okay? Over your 5 chord?
Yep.
I think. Is that right? Okay, that's pretty sloppy. I hope you get the idea. It shouldn't be too hard. Yes.
I thought one of those was, I must have written it wrong, 7 half diminished 6. Which one of those? Is that one of those chords in there?
The second beat of the third measure is 2-6-5, isn't it?
Yes.
A, C, E flat, G.
Key of G minor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We got about 10-ish minutes-ish. Let's choose the writing of the parts. Which two? You got 3 on one side, 1 on the other side. Okay, on the first one on the side of 2 is longer.
That's fine.
Don't you think?
Does that mean?
That's fine.
It does mean that it is more points.
Oh, okay.
Now, what is involved? Secondary fully diminished 7th chords, passing 6/4 chords, secondary fully diminished 7th chords, Neapolitan 6th chord, German 6th chord, and 2 cadential 6/4 chords. But nary a 5/7. The next one involves secondary 7ths, 5/7 chord, secondary fully diminished 7th chords, French 6th chord. Next one, 5/4 chord, Neapolitan, secondary dominant, French 6th. On the other page, Neapolitan and a French 6, some 5/7s, and some fully diminished 7th chords.
I like that.
I think they all seem hard. But I will do one if you choose soon enough.
How about we choose? You want? What about the second one on that page of 3?
Haley, what are you saying?
The first one, on the side of 3, and then one on the other side.
Okay. The first one that's longish, and then on the flip side, the only one.
Yes.
What do we feel
Okay.
about that?
Yeah.
Anybody want something different? Hannah, you got a
that's
choice? Anybody else on this row?
No,
Jam row?
I second him.
These three.
I also second.
Okay,
I'm seconding the second.
so we'll call the one with the 4 Roman numerals, page 1, and I believe we're just doing number 2. Okay?
Yep.
And on the other one that has 2 Roman numerals, we're gonna call page 2, also with a period. And on that one, we were choosing the first one?
Yes.
Yes.
Two.
Okay, also 2.
2 and 2.
Okay,
Wait.
Wait.
Which one is 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh wait, I totally messed that up.
Are you trying to do all the ones that we're doing?
2 and 3 on page 1.
And 4.
And 4.
And 4.
I thought it
2
was-
and 3 and 4.
And then 2A on the back.
And 2A.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought page 1 was 1,
Yeah, I'm just-
3, and 4.
Of 3 or 2A, which would you require me to do now? 2A?
It's the first
Actually,
from
just
1,
getting rid
2.
of the 3.
2, 3.
This
What?
this
3.
3.
Oh, okay. Oh, 2 of it. Because it's only Roman numeral 1.
Who's gonna do it?
Okay, I'm doing 3 on page 1 right now. Interesting.
You wish you.
Okay, everybody prepared for that?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
A little, yeah.
You'll start working too.
Okay.
Oh, we weren't.
I'll call.
Oh, wait. 2 on the other page.
Oh, it's in the key of C. How fun is that? I'm hanging this marker too.
Oh.
Maybe for the first rehearsal. Maybe for the first rehearsal.
Okay, beware in the back. Dang, I'm so off.
I don't need to get
Ooh, look how black.
It's scary.
Now, it is asking you to provide a Roman numeral analysis. Really concerned this work. Oh, dang it. That shouldn't be a /3 at the end. Unslash that. Some bozo
Oh, I was like,
doesn't. I did that on the homework the other day too, but I didn't. I've been punished. I don't want to talk about it, but.
it's alright.
Okay, I'm gonna start with a 1, and then, since this says 6, 5, that means that's the root, so that means 5 of 2. Dig? Everybody see how that works?
Yep.
Yep. 5 of 2. Now, this would go to D, but it goes to the 4-2 position, so that's 2, but it's now 5 of 5. And then that goes to 5, and then that goes to 5 of 4, which goes to 4, 6, to 5, 7, to, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and write this because I've been proven in the past that you'll never figure that out. Flat 6, you wanna double the third because it's still, this is a borrowed 6 chord from the minor mode. What are you gonna double? It's still deception, you're still doubling the C, and we never double chromatically altered notes.
Couldn't that just be 5 of the Neapolitan?
Well,
Yeah.
it could be, except
He doesn't have a 7.
that more commonly when I mean, this seems like deception to me, so I'm gonna try to describe it as that. It's just a bonus that it has a 5th relationship to the Neapolitan.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
And since there is no 5, 7 involved in that flat 6 borrowed chord, it's not as compelling. I could think of more reasons. Okay, this is 7, 7 of 5. This is 5. This is a French 6 that's kind of acting like a neighbor chord there, isn't it? Then we get our cadential 6, 4 to 5, 7 to uno. Okay, wasn't that easy?
Yes.
Now, what I'm going to try to do in most cases is to first keep the common tones. If that doesn't work out, I'll erase all the common tones and do something else. Do not go vertically into the night. Go horizontally in the night. Who sleeps standing up besides a horse? And probably other animals too. But we got to go horizontal here. We got to think line to line. Okay? So this is all still got to resolve where it's supposed to resolve, right? The only thing that changes is this doesn't go to D. It goes to this new 5 of 5 chord. I think that's a beautiful thing, really. And then we end up on the G chord, and then that chord is going to C like that, but not quite like that. That made the bunch of sense, didn't it? So then this would be that, and then this would be that, I think. Yes.
Yep.
And then this would be, see how carefully I did that. Now to the metropolitan or the Neapolitan. So all I'm thinking here is a D flat, F, A flat. And I really believe that's the correct way to go. Now we're inserting this 7, 7 of 5 into the mix. F sharp, A, C, E flat. I'm thinking that's that, and that's that. I kept my A's together. Now I've got to bring this to 5, and this is going to be a little awkward, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is. I don't think I can really have this voicing right there because I will have a doubled third. So the question is, how can I rewrite this chord here to not be so offensive? Okay, well, I don't think that chord is wrong, do you?
Nope.
There is, okay, there's other stuff. That's going to be E flat, that's going to be C. And now we have this beautiful fourth instead of that diminished fifth. We have an augmented fourth. This goes to there, and then we can do that. See how lovely? Da, 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 da. And now French fried 6 is going to have us an F sharp and an E flat, right?
Yep.
No? F flat,
Yep.
C, D. That doesn't look right, does it?
Voice.
The D stays where it's at. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. And then this would go to okay, I still see a lot of us messing up the 5, 7 to 1 situation. You know, if that F goes up to G, I'm going to think things about you that you would not want an adult to think about you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We have gone over time, so y'all need to pay me a little extra for the overtime. Time and a half. Have a great day. If you have any questions for me, please get in touch.
Time to go practice chair position.
You know, probably one of us.
Whoa, you can't reach my
Is it?
2, 3, 4.
No, it's not.
I think it's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but these are.
I'm not sure if it's like later.
Why don't you just
I mean, it's done, it was done.
try to